Hi everybody, Sigdrifa here. I know it's been a minute since I made some video content on YouTube. Um, it's just been a busy season for my work, so I apologize for that. Just really haven't had time. Plus, the meta has shifted and it's kind of been settling, and we're trying to figure things out. Um, Trying to figure out what we enjoy. I mean, there's been a lot of interesting changes, some cards that are pretty crazy. So I'm not really sure how to adjust the beginner decks yet, but we're gonna make a video about adjusting beginner decks and what you should use in the new stuff to improve as a beginner your decks. But for the time being, we have a really janky meme kind of list that I think if you have the cards, you'll have fun with. If you don't have the cards, I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to craft them, mostly because some of them are very memey, and when we say meme, it's like it's not necessarily in the meta. It's a little bit out there. They very much focus on one strategy, and if that doesn't get if that doesn't get pulled off, it just kind of falls apart. But it's not so bad. This is actually much more consistent than your average meme. So let's take a look at the deck, see what we've got. We're using the Rage of the Sea Leader. You spawn Rain on the enemy row for 2 turns, and if you don't know what Rain does, it essentially, at the start of the owner's turn, it damages 2 random units in this row by 1 point each. Armor blocks it, shields block it, so be aware of that. And then on your opposite row, you're going to spawn a Deafening Siren, so you get a little extra value. Essentially, each one could play for up to 6 points and could be up to a 12-point leader. Of course, because of the downsides of armor or not being enough units on the row, this leader is essentially a little bit handicapped by those restrictions. You essentially rely on your opponent to give you value for your leader. All right, for our stratagem, we use Tactical Advantage, just boosting an allied unit by 5. I found that to be just fine for pretty much most of what I'm doing, so we go for it. We're using Portal. It summons 2 random 4P units, 4 provision units from your deck, and basically one comes to the left of the card, then after 3 turns, the other one comes out. And it's going to be pulling out these Bear Witcher Adepts, which have been deemed fish flappers due to the art by Specimen Gwent, or Specimen, now as he's now known. He's rebranded. Our next big card is Wild Boar of the Sea, which damages all enemy units by 1, and then if they're already damaged, it damages them. Sorry, it damages all the damaged enemy units by 1, and then it damages all units by 1. So it can play for a ton of points if your enemy has a lot of red on the board, and by red I mean damaged units. Here's our new card that we got last week. It's called Sunset Wanderers. It's a little complicated design-wise. It starts on the leftmost position of your hand, and then every turn it moves across your hand, and if it ends up at the right and you haven't passed, then it plays itself and draws a card. Basically, this is such a strong card that it's become auto-include in a lot of decks that are not Devotion. So I tried taking it out. It's really tough. Ragnarug is kind of the centerpiece of the deck, the fun card that I really wanted to play, and I was looking for some synergies. And a lot of that idea was just because this premium's so beautiful, I really wanted to use it. So forgive me if that's if you think there might be a better card to play here. You're welcome to try. Honestly, when you see the combo of the Vaedermakar and the Scepter of Storms with the Ragnarug, you might change your mind, because this can punish a row for an entire round, a long round, and it can be pretty fun to pull off. Your next big card, now this is the money maker of the deck, the Dagur 2 Blades. You want to have this down behind a defender, because if it gets removed, it's a lot of points. This all the weather is going to pay off not only from damaging their row, but by boosting Dagur. Because whenever an enemy takes damage, he boosts himself by 1. So he gets pretty tall. You're going to use your Maddock, and your Maddock is basically bomb synergy. Every time you play a bomb, he comes out of the deck or out of the graveyard. And then if you click him, he spawns one order of Cataclysm on the other row, which is, if you know from the Ragnarok, which I didn't explain, Ragnarok's Cataclysm for 4 turns. And Cataclysm is to split 3 damage randomly between units on a row. So essentially, he's more Cataclysm. So we got Cataclysm, Cataclysm. We've got Rain from our leader, so we're using a lot of weather. This is very much a weather-focused deck. We've got our Covenant of Steel. If you don't know what he is, it's a defender, essentially. We got our Matahuri, which is going to tutor out our portal. And if we already have our portal, it'll tutor out Wild Boar or Ragnarok. If you have all of that, it just goes down the line until, you get your next best cards. Okay, so next up, we've got our Sigdrifa's Rite. Sigdrifa ensures that we can pull back our defender if we use it round 1 to kind of maybe block Clog, for instance. I use it a lot for that. And then we pull it back for round 3. We can do the same with Dagur. Maybe pull back Dagur at the last minute and then hit the Wild Boar once they've used up all the removal. Sneaky little tactics that win games. Gigascorp. We got Gigascorpion Decoction, which is just damaging a unit by 1 6 times. This gets around shields and stuff like that, but it also synergizes well with Dagur in that since it's hitting for 6 times, you're going to get 6 boosts on Dagur. But it's also good just to have 6-point removal sometimes, like full test is kind of a pain if you don't have this. We've got our Vaedermakar. So Vaedermakar is kind of complicated. He increases all row effects by 1 on the opposite side of the board. Doesn't sound great. Like, yeah, if you at least he's playing for 2 or 3 points on the opposite side of the row. So I mean, 1 Cataclysm, 1 extra rain, it may be 11. However, if you have the Scepter of Storms on the board, this guy is increasing it by 3. Now 3 more rain, 3 more Cataclysm. Even if the Cataclysm is just from Maddock, now you have 4 turns of Cataclysm on the opponent. They're losing 4 points per turn on that row. Maybe the rain's on the other row, which you always have access to from your leader. So you're really punishing that row. You're really bleeding a lot of points. Not actual bleed points, but, damage points. We've got 2 of these Greatswords, which also synergize well with the weather. We've got our Scepter of Storms, and if you don't know what this is, it spawns one of these 3 weather cards. Frost, which damages the tallest unit, Fog, which damages the smallest unit, and Rain, which does the random 2 damage between units. Okay? Damages 2 random units, so it only damages once if there's 1 unit. So there is a big downside with Rain, I believe. So you may even want to go to one of the other ones, if they only have like 1 unit. A Frost is very nice for that. All right. We got 2 long ships. These are just going to put red units on the other side of the board. Synergizes with Wild Boar of the Sea. And it's a nice little engine piece, which asks to be removed. So if they're going to remove this, they might not be able to remove something else. Also, if you save one of these in late game, since there's so many people out there playing Clog, you can toss it down before the Colgrim goes down, and it instantly kills Colgrim if they have no answer to it. I don't know if I posted a game like that. I can't remember if I did a Clogger game in one of the ones that I'm going to show you, but it definitely has happened many times for me. We got 2 Dimaterium Bombs. They damage a unit by 4 and give it Veil. Okay. It's just solid 4-point removal with, synergizing with Maddock. Right now, we have Mahakam Ale, which is basically removing a lock, boosting by 5. This is just kind of a card to, bring a little bit of extra value out of something. It is kind of the flex slot in the deck that I would say, feel free to throw in another bomb if you feel like it's better. It's got to be a special card, but, I've also used... Let's see. Tears of the Siren. I've also used this, get you a little extra rain, but I found I had enough rain between Leader and Scepter. But yeah, I could definitely see Tears of the Siren going back in. I just had used this on boats a couple times. So it is your flex slot. Spores, with the Sunset Wanderers being pretty much auto-include in non-devotion decks, you're going to find some sick value with this. I see it playing for 10 points, 10 plus points for 4 provisions. It's amazing. And, you know, at the very least, if you're playing cloggers, if you can get round control, you have to spend everything else. But you have a Spores. You can last say Spores Colgrim for some pretty nice value. We got Red Haze. This is kind of a surprise value card. I can generally get 5-6 points off of this, but when it plays for more, my god, it's valuable. Watch out though, you'd rather play this one earlier when you get a chance, because if this is the only bomb in your hand in round 3 and they only have 1 unit on a row, it is a brick. So don't let yourself be bricked. And you may even consider playing a Dancing Star, a Phallabomb, as Fesmingwit calls it. Now, we definitely are fans of that channel, so we definitely like to use some of his terms for fun. We have 2 Megascopes, which were released with the expansion. These guys just pick a bronze allied unit, spawn a base copy at the right. These are great. These are great with boats, but mostly they're great with Greatswords. And at the worst, they're 7 for 4s on Fish Flappers. They can be a brick in round 3, so you want to draw them and play them early, I would say. Definitely good round 1 winning material. And we've already looked at our Fish Flappers. We can always look at them again. They're funny. So that's the deck. The strategy, essentially, you're very good in the long round. You want to bait their removal out with the boats, with the great swords, stuff like that. And then you get your defender down in your dagger. You're going to take advantage of this. The real trick is timing dagger to make sure that he can stick on that board. Or if it's not a Heatwave deck, if it's a devotion deck, you can risk it. Though, I mean, if Philippa or something steals this with Syndicate, then, you know, you can't get it back. But you don't mind it dying early if you know you've got access to Sigdrifa, and you just eat that removal and bring it back later in the round. Take it, take advantage of that synergy with Wild Boar of the Sea. It's going to be great. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody. This is gameplay from the stream. The stream's grown so much. I've been streaming even though I haven't been making the videos, so I just wanted to kind of throw this video together from stream footage. I hope you enjoy it still. It's not really as focused on teaching, but, you know, given the amount of time that I actually have to make videos, this was a good option. So enjoy, and I'll be back with beginner videos sometime later this week. We're focused on weather. We're focused on them getting less value out of hurting us than we are hurting them. Those 2 cards became very useful. And putting in the meta really makes me a believer in that strategy. Oh my god. Woo! Yeah, bricking is a problem, though I think we kind of avoid it. We have 3 bricks, so it is possible still, obviously. We don't run raiding fleet because I don't want a 4th brick, you know. It's time to play ball or hyperthin. Either way, on red coin, I think this is the play. There's a lock. Okay, interesting strategy. How many do we run here? That's probably a good indicator. Well, I could see hyperthin doing that as well. I'll wait for an engine, I think. Eat another lock. We'd rather unlock boats than greatswords. We'd rather unlock boat than dagger, if it comes down to it. Okay, 2 locks out. If it's a ball deck, you might have 2 more in the deck, and then 2 more from leader, which is kind of crazy. I really wanted to use this on an engine. I mean, as you would. But let's just do it. Sure.
You waste my time.
I know I waste your time. It's intentional.
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
Let's hope we...
I once lopped off 3 heads with
Hope we get something here. We gotta get at least one hit in, so... Oh! Nailing all that armor. Lovely. Okay. Alright, that doesn't put us ahead. Let's do 1 leader charge. That'll put us ahead. What is Bessie even watching, man? Some weird stuff. Weird, wild stuff.
defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
We're at 35. Listen to music with chat. I think we could afford... It's weird because the Gigascorp is... Gigascorp is a good removal, but I think just putting him on losing on even status is too good not to do it. Especially spend a 6p card. Of course, then we lose our Wanderers, but we are winning on even now. He's below 5 cards. He can fight for the round, or he can pass. He passes. Yeah, losing the Wanderers is kind of big, actually. It's good tempo. We prefer to win on even earlier. Oh, that's good to see. It's not bad to see either, right? Means we're pulling something big. I don't even know what. Let's see. Defender. Oh, right. No, Ragnarok. We should fish for Defender. Without the Scepter, this isn't that great. If he plays Joachim, this is good. This is a 10 even. Well, we could go... No, it gets locked. I think we got to take a mole. Yeah, okay. 7/7. Let's do this.
With me, you'll forget your sorrows.
It's proactive. We like it. All right, no Defender. Which is, that's bad. We need to... We would love to have Defender here. Although he just answers it with Vincent or something. So we probably just bleed down to Dagur. Possibly. I mean, with this and Maddock, we can kind of get some good damage down and then just hit him with Wild Boar. And depending on if he spins all of this, it might work out. Okay. So we're playing Minnow in this deck. That sounds less likely to be a ball deck. Okay.
I once lopped off 3 heads with 1 blow.
Easy Dimeridium Bomb. The more I see from this list that he's running, the more I feel like I gotta bleed it. Tactics, minnow, Albrecht thinning. Yeah, we gotta bleed. This is 6. Probably worth it. Oh, Fuchsia, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for the stream this morning. Well, last night for you. We are running some SK weather. Maybe something you'd actually like. I usually do meta, but what's up? Do you pass and make him go a card down? I don't know, because I haven't got a good feel of what this is supposed to be. Interesting. So he's just trying to stay ahead. Okay. I think we bait out more stuff. That's what we gotta do. How was your evening? Did you sleep well, Fuchsia? Yeah, there's the other lock. Yeah, he's definitely Cyana connoisseur. Yeah, I'm not running Cyana. I'm more focused on Ragnarug, Madoc, and we are looking at Vaedermakar, Scepter synergy with Cataclysms and combine that with Rain. So we just hit them with a lot of weather. And then surprise slam a dagger for a big finisher. Cool. Okay. This is definitely just hyperthin. We're just bleeding stuff out of them now. They don't run Invo on a hyperthin list, right? I mean, they might have the means to kill it, but I've got the old Sigdrifa, so I think we just play it. Maybe we make him take an awkward tryst to try and Hail Mary kill it. Oh, nope, just use Vigil Forts. That's fine. That's fine too. Defender. Well, in that case, mayhaps we just bring this back. Thanks, man. Oh, you know, I should have just clicked Madoc. That would have been better than the leader. Because, yeah, we waste a point there. Ah, Afon from hand. Classic. Very strong. Well known for being strong. Yep. We just finished the job. We can click Madoc this turn, I believe. Do your Zarthesis. Oh, that's perfect. That'll work. Give me some spores value. The boys ran in at 6. Well, yeah. I know how that is. They just have so many points, like more and more points, and then they have more removal and more points after that, and then some more removal. This may be interesting. Mobilization list. You see Skellige, you turn it. Okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, man. Or you see Skellige and you tune in because there's like a typo on one of those two words. Because if you're a Skellige fan, welcome. I'm pretty much a fan of everything in the game except cloggers. Okay. A little in our Witchers action. So, in the absence of Portal, I often will just like to jam Defender and Dagger and just start playing Weather, Madoc, that kind of crap. Tune in. Oh, perfect. Good. Glad to see you then. You like Skellige more than anybody should. Well, I'm probably like that too. Okay. He's pellaring me. A peller champ. Gotta respect the peller. So, Dagger is kind of a problem to run if he heat waves it, because then we don't get it back. Uh, I should be recording these. I really need to make a new video. But my videos so far have been very beginner focused. I feel like that's the audience I probably need to focus on to start with. Then I can move into interesting decks. I'll record this one anyway, but I need to focus on revamping my beginner stuff since the new expansion. Give them some ideas. Oh, I watched, man. I watched all the imprisonment. And no, I'm at rank 2 still, so people are feeling okay trying new things. Let's do that. And my daughter's still not asleep, though it's not that long past her bedtime. I started the stream kind of early, hoping to catch Spessie's raid. Okay, we got some text going on in this NR list.
I live to see it.
We just freeball this greatsword. But no, not much. Well, I'd say I'm running into more cloggers, more hyperthin than I am imprisonment. Dagur, huh? So many shields and so much armor. I think we kind of slow play the rest of this round and get out before the Wanderers drop. You face an imprisonment dude who got your horse on from a YOLO Cantus, so I insta-quit and closed the game. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Down with a mirror. I fear this guy's pile. I do. So this guy boosts by 2. We're on red coin. We could pass, and he still has to play a card to take it, right? Seems good. Yep. Now don't be surprised if my math doesn't work out. It looks like it's worked out, but oh, I bet this is a God, I should have thought about it because you really don't want to pass on a Ragnar deck. Oh, he's going for him now. Perfect. Early Ragnar. Could be renew Ragnar. Does anybody renew Ragnar? Ragnar? Okay, maybe he's Ragnar into Siege. The Siege doesn't... mobilization doesn't work with Siege anymore. That's good. Portal's very good. We could take like 1 mulligan. It's going to be the Spores. What's my... I guess Greatsword's kind of my dry pass card, isn't it? Never finished that email. Dry pass. Okay. I mean, it could be a leader charge and a bomb in the grave, and just dump a bomb. I've got a lot of weather coming. How many cards do I want to find here? This is so awkward. Fair enough. This is great. This is now kind of lackluster. Ooh. We can take one more, I think. We would love to see the Scepter or a boat. Would be fine. Okay, that's fine. So that draws us the Gigascorp. Why would you ever draw a card below 5 provisions? It's so pointless. Just draw all your golds.
Gotcha. No, damn it.
Easy, guys. That's the lesson today.
Time is the easy bit. Get down's another matter.
Sorry. Still got to get this work email out. So what's this guy's deal here? This shield business. I guess he was going for the Rognar. This doesn't hurt at all, really, to play. Ah, I love Cataclysm. Because who cares if there's a shield? I still get 2 points. Still pop his shield. I still make him vulnerable. Oh, there is a renew. But why wouldn't you be going for the Ragnar? Oh, because you wanted Defender. Okay. Defender back row. Oh. What do you do for work? I am a wedding videographer. I know. Strange one. Now I'm regretting not having movement. Shite.
Music marries cultures.
Yeah.
Folk to work.
Like I'm just trying to get this video. I finished a video today. I'm trying to get it sent out to the client. Man, movement would be absolutely great right now in this piece. In the piece. I've got you in my head, Fuchsia. This movement would be great. And oh my god, can Winnie Knight from hand.
For king and honor!
I think we do go leader charge. Okay. I think we want to get this defender back.
The goddess protect you from all evil!
Okay. Actually, I'm in America. I don't know if you know us very well, but we're a bunch of morons. And especially in the southeast. I'm in Savannah, Georgia. So the southeast said, "What pandemic? What pandemic?" And basically, weddings started back up in the fall in 2020. But dude, shield synergies are paying off big time for you in this game. Although I've got some points. This is an interesting pile. Yeah, Megascope and a Greatsword is very strong. And then if it's even just going into a Bear Witch or Adept, it's still a 7 for 4. That's really good. Not having the Scepter makes Vaedermakar or Vaedermakar very lackluster. I don't know if we have to get through this or not. I don't know what... Oh, an operator. That's interesting. What's he doing here? Oh, some Royal Guards. Okay. Doesn't that feel late for Royal Guards? Or maybe... well, if I can get through this defender, it would be alright. Just go here. Do that for a few rounds. Some of my teammates have noticed that their greatswords are getting killed instantly, but when they play 8th Strength Raging Bears, no one touches them. Yeah. Raging Bear, just regular Bear Witcher, even if it's damaged, it's still coming out as an 8. So, yeah. I mean, Megascopes can be an absolute brick and a liability sometimes. Oh my god.
Yes, nothing quite like a nice messy place.
Okay. I mean, this does insta-kill a Sentry and Royal Guard. At least that row will definitely now be full. Oh, good. Very useful. Very well. He's going to run out of row space. All right, we can kill the defender if he doesn't do anything about this. I don't know if he will or not, but then if he puts 2 Royal Guards together, Red Haze is an opportunity. He's got to play front right now. Okay. So if I'm making room for him if I kill his defender to make another one. I guess that's fine. And then I go Wild Boar and kill all 3 of them. I don't know. He still seems to be struggling to find points. He could also be an Erden friend, which would absolutely destroy me. We'd definitely lose to Erden. Okay, we got the Oneiromancy. We got a Megascope. Okay. Yeah, Wild Boar's looking pretty good. We could actually kill the Adaran. This comes out as like a 4 or 5, right? So this doesn't get boosted. So we have a second. We could also end the Adaran here. I think that works pretty well. And then the Wild Boar kind of cleans up, doesn't it? Basically, we just lose her and I don't. What did he even kill? I didn't even. Was it important? What? Oh, he killed his. Oh, he killed the. Very nice. Teleportation on one of the ones. Well, there's no more ones, so he can just go lose. Okay, Erden does it, probably. At this point. Nope, that's not an Erden. A really sad outcome for a very nice deck.
Protect the queen.
Nice, good meme matchup. Erden's not even close enough. Psychoki. I just always assume Erden's good. Like, that's true. I could just escape enter. Yeah, it's a little faster. I don't know. I'm sat here with the mouse and I was like, click, 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 click. This is good red coin material, isn't it? This is really good red coin material. I mean, I don't like the Megascope so much in this hand. I don't know what I'd take instead, though. Scepter is fine. We don't want to risk another mulligan. I think we just go straight into Portal. We love the red coin! Wow. I kind of wish we had Vaedermakar right now. Portal. The commitment it takes to mouse forfeit, escape enter is easy death like headshot. It takes real dedication. It's commitment to quitting. You have like 3 clicks to think about it. Question is always, are we hyperthin or are we clog? He cannot clog this until we're down to 7 cards. Okay. God, having Vaedermakar here would be just absolutely amazing. Having a Greatsword would also be amazing. What does Mata give me? Probably Maddock, actually. No, Boat. It gives me the Wild Boar. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to tempo enough to not give him a pass here, to be honest. But in this case, this actually just thins us, so it's not too bad to commit round 1 on red. Sure.
How am I to catch it, Master? Sees me every time.
Yeah, get on that row. Eat you some tasty cataclysm. And this is probably a decent pass for him, is it? Yeah, I think so. I think we should try and win and bleed, or else round 3 is going to be hard against this list. That's usually the way, man. It's usually the strat. I can eradicate this with the red haze, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. Let's see. Let's Mata. And we make the round a little longer. We don't mind that. Alright, good night, Piotr. Have a good one. Thank you again so much for the raid. It's really awesome. Are we a high roll or are we a Viper Witcher adept? It's an adept. Okay. I really wish he had something on the back row, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I probably should have left that shit on the back row. Okay, we live, we learn. They usually have Vilgeforts. It wouldn't be bad for them to have to use it this round, would it?
Ludicrous. Give me some of that.
It's a good pass too. Feel free to take it. Sure. So we don't win on even. Unfortunate. Honestly? I think either way, it's really not bad to take a long round for us. Now that I'm thinking about it. I think I've had more success going long round with this stuff. Because we got Dagger back, we got Covenant of Steel, so the longer the round is, the more weather we hit them with, the better we do. These are fine. We'd love to see boats. Boats kind of completely cut Colgrim, though he didn't clog us in the slightest, so... Do we want to get a card out? Anything? Nah. All right. Sorry, Rixardo. Bleeding from a card down. He could be hyperthin, yeah. And I've done pretty well against hyperthin. I mean, we do need to find the Wild Boar, though. Wait, we do have it. We have it already. Okay. We should be fine. We need him to kind of... Having the long round is good for us. It really is. We get him to swarm the board more. He probably plays another Blightmaker. He's going to put down some engine time. We don't play into Rites because we are... we generally throw down our Greatsword at 4, and then it boosts itself up with the weather, so it comes up to a 6, so Rites doesn't really get a good hit on it. Defender might be one of his best... Yeah, his best hits with the Rites. Actually, now that I think about it. Oh! Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But, again, he's going to have 4 cards in deck. And he's going to draw one with Wanderers. Okay, so that takes him down to 3. And then he might have Blightmakers, takes him down to 2, which might be just enough, actually. So, yeah. Yeah, Defender is quite vulnerable. What else would we want here? The Vaedermakar. Absolutely, we want the Vaedermakar. This is huge. Exarthus gets really tall. This plays pretty well, I think. We may even be able to bait the Rites on it. I don't know how well this plays, to be honest. I guess it plays really well with Dagur on board. Let's just see what we draw from our Sunset Wanderers. We put down Defender and hope that he doesn't take the Rites on it. Okay.
You can hide, but I'm gonna get you.
I don't think there's much we can do about Rites killing the Defender. Yeah, I don't think we can play around it, period. That means that Dagur is vulnerable to Vilgefortz. Yep, okay, he goes for it. That's fine.
Time for a rematch, Lady Yennefer.
Sure. And there's the Wanderers. So at the very least, Spores plays for 12 for 4 points. Oh man, that is not lucky. Okay, so Vilgefortz is our biggest threat right now. So we probably just go for... Oh man, that's right. Shite, forgot about the damn... No drop. Alright, we lose this one, guys. My bad. My bad. The time... Now that I'm thinking about it, the time that I did... The time that I did win the long round, he'd already spent Snowdrop. I had done a much better job of fighting them in round 1. Making them give up stuff, yeah. Well, we'll still play it. We'll still play it, but I goofed. Yeah. But even then, I think giving him a pass in round 1 was really a big deal. Mardro, wow. Some insane value coming out here. What is Albric going on to? Nothing at this point? Yeah. Sure. Okay. Oh, he boosted the golem, yeah. That would do it. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. That sucks. Alright, we got to get this Scepter down, I think. For sure. Let's do it on front row with Torrential Rain. Sure. And we play our Adept, I guess? Feel fairly confident about the spores not being much better than this. Nice. Not being much better than this Zarthesis. So we'll just play this Adept. He'll be happy that he sees it. Yeah, no, he's pretty well playing to his strategy, and I completely goofed by not bleeding him. My bad, y'all. Even bleeding him, though, would have been pretty rough. Okay. I should have used that turn. I'm, again, not thinking too clearly. Let's just do it here. Last card is Vilgefortz, I'm guessing. Whatever. We gotta go for this. It's his lose con, and he's probably gonna kill it. Oh, no. He says, I'd rather have the golem. So, we'll see how it goes. Oh my god. 7 points off. Yeah, no, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I would have definitely won if I had gotten him to commit more earlier. And that's what I forgot, is usually I'm good on round 3. But he didn't have to commit much in round 1. So, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Hyperthin's okay. I don't mind it. It's pretty strong, but yeah, he didn't clog me a single time, so it's fine in my book. I don't know what these dogs are doing. They were freaking out. All of a sudden, they're like, yeah, we're chill, we're chill. Snoozing on my floor. So how's everybody doing tonight? What were we, I feel like we were watching Spessy play some cool stuff. I like his SK deck. We do end up with a single, what's up? Oh, Doc Moriarty. Nice, cool name. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying SK weather. Bit of a meme, not gonna lie. Too unmotivated to do anything. I understand it. But it's pretty late for you, man. You're probably pretty tired. Why are you sad, bud? What's going on? Ooh, we will admit that Jackpot is not our favorite matchup. But red coin is better than blue. Every time. Especially for this list. Kill. Just been jamming Hyperthin and Lippy. Wow, keeping it wholesome. Keeping your name at the like OP card of the month. Like it. I tried a little Lippy with Wanderers myself when it first came out. Like the first day I got it. What day did it come out? Tuesday? Yeah, I got it that morning, and like I was trying to think of what decks it might be good in, and I thought it might be carryover, you know, come back to your hand round 3 if you put it back in the deck, but it doesn't do that. It does not. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty chill. Having the brick in hand this round is really bad against this matchup. Like, what are we gonna do about it? We got nothing. We kind of got the play 3 cards and pass strategy, and that may be it. I also hate to say that. Let's just do this. I had a time where I played nothing but Lippy. Oh, you yourself played it. Okay, yeah. You know, back in January, it was really overabundant, but now that it's kind of scarce, I don't mind it. It's strong in its own way, but like, doesn't every deck just have its own like strong, you know, mode? Like, hey, I'm good at this and I can do this, but if you kind of counter it, I suck. Same with Lippy. Why are we still row stacking? Your boat kind of guarantees, you know, pretty decent value off this. I regret a bit playing this Scepter, because the Scepter makes Vaedermakar really good. We could just go Vaedermakar here, but I don't know what that really gets us. Nothing, really. He's only a 6 provision card. This is a 5 and a 6? That's insane. These can be so good. Oh, we gotta play something, guys. And another D-bomb. How do you counter Lippy again? Basically, you win round 1 against it, and yeah. Either go to a long round... Yeah, I guess you go to a long round 3. If you can't win round 1, it's usually because they've committed a ton in round 1. So if you can kind of undercommit round 1, then resist the bleed successfully, and then outvalue them in round 3, it's still possible to win. But mostly it is a win round 1. Go to long round 3 and outvalue them. I knew he was trying to do this to me. I don't have a great card in my hand to spend here. Play Mill and Mill Lippy. That's a way. I've seen it. Sure. I gotta say, I genuinely dislike playing against Jackpot. Alright. Anyone want up for an experiment? We could just see how we do in a long round. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I think it's probably losing. But there is a chance that our cheesy long round value is really good. Though we don't have... I mean, we could do this for a bleed. I don't know. Man, they got everything in this deck. I think we got to bleed this hand. I mean, if Lippy was prominent, that would be a very viable tech. It's just not prominent. Alright, I think with this hand, we are better off bleeding than not, because we're just not guaranteed to find Dagur. And we're more likely to find it with the portal out, so we just play portal. Okay. Like seeing the poison of 4. It's pretty good. It is an engine though. It's a nice engine. I liked it. I'd be sad to see it go. Oh dudes, I have not finished this eval. Okay. Oh, Jackpot's really my mortal enemy here. Oh, now you come to my hand, Greatsword. And especially a good player with Jackpot can just slow play the shit out of everything. Just like, yeah, here's a crap card. Here's a crap card. Save all their good stuff till the last minute and then just, boom, poop out like 40 points.
Sewers remind me of the fjords back home.
I once lopped off 3 heads with one.
Can bait some removal maybe.
No, damn it!
So that's a little bit of tempo, isn't it? I don't think we can actually punish any slow playing here, but it is tempo. Fish flappers, yes sir. They're nice. They're nicer against NR, against SK than they are against this. This doesn't do much against them. It doesn't really do much against against Syndicate. But, you know, having the portal that plays for 2 thinning and 14 points is nice. We might get out of the round next, I think. Well, I mean, we could also just do that as well. Just saying. Okay, stealing Maddock. Let me know how many bombs are even left in the deck. 1? Damn, really got me. I mean, it does seem to be going well. I don't know what the deal is. He's definitely tricking me. I see you tricking me in there. Needs 22 points. I don't have my big payoff card. So we gotta go try to find it for the next round. Just hope that he has a hard time getting this in 1. Which I think like Jacques plus leader probably does it. Yeah, I should do it. Jacques plus leader. Or maybe not. Was Jacques plus leader 21? And that would be just short. Just short. So I think he does need 2 cards. Okay, the hideout comes out. 23. Thanks for the math update. That makes more sense. Nevertheless, he is doing it in 2 cards. Dudes, I am terrible at math in my head. Like, if it gets any more complicated, I get really confused sometimes. Okay, 12 plus 9 is 21. I just did a calculator. Is that not right? 12 plus 9 is 21? Okay, he's forfeited. Anyway, 12 plus 9 is 21. according to the calculator. So it made me feel stupid. I doubted myself because I'm terrible at math. True. True. You're right. I forgot about the coins. Yep. That would do it. I was just doing Jacques plus leader. So yeah, with the 3 coins, it's even better. He could have done it with Jacques plus leader. But he must have missed it all. Oh, going first here sucks. But it doesn't suck as much as going first against NR, Syndicate, or hold on. Or SK. If you're going first against this crap is probably the best. Yeah. Vaedermakar without Scepter. Collusion. Interesting. Very nice. We go big balls. We boost a boat and we put it right down on the board and say, what do you got? Look at this premium boat. Look how pretty it is. It is clogged. Okay. Damn, I really love in this matchup when I have defender round 1. Nice. Ah, going to the right row. Appreciate that, Maddock. Probably should make you premium too. I keep not doing it. An infiltrator. An infiltrator. Very interesting. So they don't want to give us either of these cards, pretty much. So it makes clogging a little more annoying for him. Syndicate is totally unplayable right now, Sonar. See, this is what I usually get round 1 against NG, is they will commit everything. And just this time I don't have either of my like really good winning cards here. Actually, I do have Wild Boar. And it gets me ahead to pull it in hand. So let's do that. I didn't even check in for Sunset Wanderers. Yes, indeed, it's right here. So he's pushed it back to the back. So he's getting a big old thick Sunset Wanderers. That's a lot of tempo. That's true. I forgot about Portal. No, that's what Matt is really there for, is the Portal. Yeah, in a non-devotion list, Robert? Yes, it is. It's kind of trolling. By the way, hey, how's it going? I don't think I've seen you talk tonight, so I just want to say hey. And yeah, if you're not running devotion, you should definitely be running Sunset Wanderers. This is probably too slow now, right? Well, I don't know. If we pass this, we're probably pretty happy about it. Got the old Deadman's tongue. What's up, Geronimo? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, Wanderers is a little bit overtuned. I think we can all safely say. This Spores is actually okay here. I mean, it's 10-point Spores. Yeah, we've done pretty well. I climbed a rank with it. I wish I had some more juice in this hand. See, this is my best strategy right here. Really talented like this. Just keep tempting me, keep taunting me. This plays for 10, -3. Another infiltrator. This guy's invested in some infiltrators. I mean, this gives us a pass if we want it, which at this point we're either losing uneven or this taking this pass. I will say this tempo he's put forth is pretty incredible. I think it's too late to commit Portal. Wanderers, Portal and Wanderers would suck to commit. So, yeah, I think we have to take a pass. But I don't know. That's rough. Ivar's cool. I've always wanted to play him. I think he's a cool card. Cool looking card. Alright. Getting clogged with a Greatsword. Very nice. Very nice. We are getting clogged with 2 infiltrators too, though. So this is definitely a Colgrim list. Yeah, no, I think I should have probably kept playing Average Guy. I think you're right. Them going down 2 cards, they're just going to drop Defender. We got to time the boat drop pretty well here, I think. Because the Defender yeah. Boat will be clutch if we can time it right, for sure.
My powers are yours, Commander.
So we thin. He's also getting that pretty chunky Sunset Wanderers. I think Spetsy actually has a pretty good clog hunting list. I mean, it's got a lot of points, and then it has Yurden. So that's the strategy. That makes sense, I guess, doesn't it? Fish! Fish flappers! Fish, 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 fish! I'm sad I'm not thinning more. Hey, disconnective's fine with me if you want to do that, pal. This actually reduces the amount of cards he's down by. So if he has Colgrim, it was beneficial to him to go for that, I think. This is excellent. What are we missing, actually? We do draw 1 more card. Don't need that. Scepter would be very nice, but yeah, I don't see what we could trade for it, to be fair. And Larlang Angel is what I'm gonna go with. Thanks for the follow. Larlang Angel. I never really thought about it, but very difficult. This very big challenge to to say the names of people. Alright, does he have the Vilg? Is it a Vilg list? He has no deck, guys. No deck. So we're definitely not looking at a Rite's deck. He's gonna get a +8 per turn, +8 per turn Vilgeforce. Been running Collusion, and unironically, I think it's being slept on. Dude, I can't wait to look at it. But click that, pull it open, keep it in a second window. All right. Ooh, look at this infiltrator. That's a nice draw. We don't necessarily, average guy, when you say that all the time, and then I draw an infiltrator, it makes me wonder, man. Defenderisto. Believe. I love your faith. He's deciding. He's putting shit back in my deck. Okay, so he's now going to be a 9 point per turn. Kolgrim. Kolgrimist. We don't really have much weather left. Unfortunately. Maybe we just gotta go ahead and hit it, I guess? No? Let's wait, because I think we can kind of greed the dagger. No answer for boat? Yeah, I mean, it definitely stops his Kolgrim, but we haven't seen if he doesn't have an answer yet. He may just be waiting. So he's gonna double coated weapons me? No, because then what would his boat answer be at the end? Oh, he's got nothing to draw with this, so he just loses a card again. He loses his card again. Very sad. Very sad story. Okay. Alright, he does get through it with 2 coated weapons. Go with Vader here. Are you able, sir, to deal with this boat? Perhaps you have a 3rd coated weapons you want to show me. Does not. Maybe this is his time to finally disconnect, because he's been trying to disconnect. I could still make a scope boat. You're right, Inari. I didn't think about that. That is actually a really good point, Inari. That is... See, this deck is actually really good against Clog. I'm telling you. Well, I also don't NG people who lose connection because they can't GG me back. I don't NG them. I don't GG them because they can't GG me back. So, I mean, even if it was an accident, I don't know. Alright, cheers, Clog. Alt F4. Oh yeah, I almost hit GG out of habit because I'm in a good mood.